Welcome to Celebrity Reports, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of celebrities and uncover the stories behind the headlines. Today, we're revisiting the golden age of late-night television to explore the most intense arguments on Johnny Carson. While The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson was known for its humor, charm, and wit, behind the curtain, or sometimes even right on stage, things didn't always go so smoothly. Some of the most unforgettable moments in the show's long history weren't scripted or planned. They came from real tension, real personalities, and real conflicts that added unexpected drama to late-night TV. One such moment came during a 1979 episode featuring veteran actor Charles Bronson. Known for his stoic and tough guy persona, Bronson didn't appreciate Carson's joking remarks about his latest film's underwhelming box office. What started as a light joke quickly turned sour when Bronson leaned forward, visibly annoyed, and asked Carson if he had ever tried acting. Carson, ever the professional, smiled and tried to steer the conversation back to safer ground, but Bronson wasn't ready to let it go. For several minutes, the tension in the studio was thick, with the audience unsure whether to laugh or remain silent. Then there was the unforgettable clash between Johnny Carson and actress Shelley Winters in 1973. Winters, who was fiercely outspoken and always candid, didn't take kindly to Carson cutting her off mid-sentence. She tossed her cue cards on the floor and declared, "If you're going to invite me here, let me speak." Carson looked genuinely stunned for a moment before regaining his composure. The rest of the interview was filled with awkward pauses, clipped responses, and moments where neither would make eye contact. That night, tabloid headlines ran wild with speculation about the feud, and fans were divided over who was in the right. Another notorious moment came when political commentator Victor Langston appeared on the show during a heated election year. Langston, known for his sharp takes and refusal to back down, was mid-rant about the state of American politics when Carson asked him to wrap it up. Langston ignored him and kept going. When Carson attempted to interrupt again, Langston pointed at him and said, "This isn't a joke, Johnny. Maybe you should start listening." The audience gasped, and Carson, clearly irritated, stood up and said, "I think that's all we have time for." It was one of the rare moments Carson ended an interview early, walking off stage as the credits rolled. In 1981, comedian Andy Franks appeared on the show and made jabs at some of the regulars, including Doc Severinsen. While some guests might have laughed it off, Carson saw it as disrespectful. He cut the comedian's set short and didn't invite him back again. Franks later claimed in interviews that Carson was overly sensitive and couldn't take a joke himself. For months after, the press speculated about what was said backstage, with insiders revealing that the conversation got more heated after the cameras stopped rolling. Even musicians weren't immune. Country star Loretta Vance was reportedly furious when Carson questioned her songwriting abilities, asking if she truly wrote her own lyrics or if she had help. Vance, proud of her craft, took immediate offense and spent the rest of the segment correcting him every chance she got. Although she smiled for the audience, those who knew her said she never forgave Carson for the slight. She never returned to the show, and in later interviews, she referred to that night as one of the most disrespectful moments of her career. One of the most unusual clashes happened between Johnny Carson and magician Alastair Keane in 1984. Keane, famous for keeping the secrets of his illusions tightly guarded, became defensive when Carson jokingly asked him how a certain trick was done. Keane snapped back, "Maybe you'd know if you focused more on learning than laughing." The tension was palpable, and although they finished the segment, viewers could see that Carson was less than amused. After that night, Keane was never booked again. While Johnny Carson was generally admired for his charm and cool demeanor, these moments prove that even the most beloved hosts aren't immune to on-air friction. Some of these arguments were brief sparks, others turned into long-term feuds. What they all had in common was that they gave viewers a glimpse into the very human side of live television, unscripted, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Whether it was a misunderstood joke, a bruised ego, or just two strong personalities clashing, these intense moments became part of the legacy of The Tonight Show. They reminded audiences that, behind the laughs, even Hollywood legends could lose their cool.